Hello. Welcome to week 5. Coach Victor and Coach Katie here to run you through the workouts. What we're going to have today is two different, essentially timed workouts where you're just going to do as much work as you can in that time. And that's a concept we call work capacity, right? Once you're done with each one, make sure to keep track of your rounds and log them because next week we'll try to beat it, right? If your work capacity keeps continuing to go up, that is a good thing. We have a couple of movements for this first one. It's going to be 15 minutes, and you're just going to cycle through. So you don't have to like rush through or anything crazy like that. You can rest whenever you need to. We just want to make sure all the reps are looking very good. So our first exercise for the day is the deadlift. So Katie's going to show this one. And remember, the deadlift is different than a squat. Can you face that way just so they can see? So remember, she's going to come over. Her butt is going to stay higher than her knees. So just give me a couple of those. Yep, and then stand on up. Good. So we're gonna have 10 of these. And again, so keep going. Do a couple more. Yeah, yeah, exactly. And so remember, her butt is a little bit higher than her knees, not quite a squat. So 10 of those, and then we're gonna move into the glute bridge. So she's gonna come down to the mat, um, feet are in nice and close to the butt, and then she's gonna lift her hips up as high as she can, right? Making sure not to be lazy and just go up halfway. So this one's gonna be 15, right? And a lot of people, that's not gonna be very challenging. So what you can do is you can take one of your dumbbells and you can put it in your lap if you want a little extra challenge. Showing a couple of those. Exactly, same thing. Then you're gonna move into the side plank hip lift. So this one is pretty challenging. So she's holding the side plank on her elbow, and then the movement is having her hips go up and then down. And every time they come back up, she would count that as one, right? So she's gonna do 10 on this side, and then flip around, and then 10 on the other side. And then, yeah, exactly, good. Yeah, and that definitely gets those side abs. And then our last movement for this circuit is the jump rope. And if you don't have a jump rope, Katie's going to show us, but I think most of you know what that is. If you don't have a jump rope, you can just do hops, right? We call it the invisible jump rope, right? Exactly. Um, and so, again, this one is the 15-minute workout. You're just going to cycle through those movements for 15 minutes, right? Pushing yourself, but not rushing. There's a difference there. Then after you're done, log your rounds, take a little breather, go grab a drink of water, whatever, and then you're going to move into the second one. So the second one is 12 minutes. And what we're going to have first is the split squat. So the thing that differentiates the split squat with the lunge is that the feet don't move, right? If it was a lunge, you'd be alternating feet each time. So she's here out here in her stance. The only motion is up and down, right? It's 12 each side. So it's not crazy, but that's not nothing. That's not something to sneeze at. And if you want to make this harder, you can have one dumbbell up in what we call the goblet hold right there. So that would be, 15 pounds harder. If you want to make it 30 pounds harder, you could just have one in each hand. I think that makes sense. Yep. Perfect. Cool. Then our next movement is the knee grab, right? You should all be familiar with that by now. Starting out laying down completely on the ground, feet are out, and then coming up and then grabbing those knees at the top, right? And this is kind of our dual ab movement where you're not only getting the up part that you do in a normal sit up, but you're getting the leg part that you would do in like a leg raise. Cool. And then our next movement is the kettlebell swing. So this is in the same category as the deadlift, both hip hinges, not squats. And so she's going to show us with the kettlebell. We'll have options in case you don't have that. But again, the butt is staying up and you're coming over, right? Yeah, nice. Yeah, so we got 20 of those. And then she'll show us a variation if you just have dumbbells. It's the exact same thing, except with the dumbbells in each hand. But same hip motion, right? Butt stays above the knees, getting 20 of those. And that's going to be kind of cardio-y for the day. And our last movement is our flutter kick. So laying down, hands underneath the butt. Your feet are essentially cycling between a foot in the air, 6 inches in the air. We don't want huge, crazy ones. Knees straight are going to be harder than knees bent. So if you need to make it a little easier, you can do that. It's like a little baby running. But that's essentially the workout, right? So we have 2 of them. We have the 15-minute one, rest a little bit, do the 12-minute one, give them your best effort. And that's week 5, day 1.